peeps? Welcome back to Live at the Roxy. Let's see where my friends at from the front to back. Now, as you feeling that? Throw one hand up. Can you repeat that? Trying to take my man. See, I don't need that. So don't play yourself. Y'all remember that or no? Something like she is my property. It's not what we're talking about today. Hi to everyone. Appreciate y'all being here. Thank you so much. Listen, a few things going on in the world of rocks. One of the reasons that I am going up a little bit late. Is it choppy for you guys right now? It looks a little choppy. My chop? My chop liver? Can y'all see me? Let me know. One of the reasons I'm going up a bit late is because I was watching Coda, which I know I'm so far behind. And I know everybody already saw Coda. I know Coda's been out for a minute. And I know that all my critic friends have been telling me to see Coda forever. And then all you guys told me to see Coda. And then Coda was winning the awards. And then Coda is the favorite of the Oscars. And finally, I was like, all right, I fucking hear you guys. Let me watch this movie. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. What movies are supposed to be like Coda? Movies are supposed to be like Coda. I don't. You're supposed to feel a movie's supposed to, and I know there's no such thing actually. Movies are supposed to, but I love movies that are like Coda. They introduce me to a world that I don't know much about. They suck you in, and they make you feel something. There's humor, there's love, there's joy, there's depth, there's inspiration. And if you haven't watched Coda, and the other people haven't convinced you yet, trust me, get on this. For the description for all y'all out there who are like, what the fuck is Coda? Because I see a couple y'all in the chat. And in the IMD of B's and on IMDb says, as a Coda, which stands for Children of Deaf Adults, Ruby is the only hearing person in her deaf family. When the family's fishing business is threatened, Ruby finds herself torn between pursuing her love of music by wanting to go to Berklee College of Music and her fear of abandoning her parents. So it's about this girl, Ruby, who is the only non-deaf person in her family, and she translates for her family, and she has this dream of going to Berklee. And should she do that, or should she continue translating for them and help with their fishing business? It also takes place in Massachusetts and Gloucester, which is really cool. Both my grandmother and grandfather grew up in Gloucester on my dad's side. So that was really interesting. Speaking of my grandmother and my grandfather, I know I talk way more about Grammy and Papo because they live out here, but my grandfather died when I was 7 years old, so that's my dad's dad. I don't talk about him very much. But my grandmother, who I used to have a very tumultuous relationship with growing up, we've developed a really strong relationship over the last few years, which is something I never knew that I would say, even though I grew up closer in proximity to her than I did Grammy and Papa, because she lived with us. My grandmother lived in Israel for half the year, and she lived with us for the other half of the year. We had a really hard relationship. For my bat mitzvah, she took me to Europe. It was the first time I left the country. And while that sounds like something that somebody should be incredibly grateful for, and I am, our time together definitely was very challenging. And she's not the classic grandmother that you would imagine going on a trip with. So we definitely butt heads a lot, and there was a lot of really hard times between us, but we have developed a closer relationship in most recent years. And I actually really appreciate she's been calling me a lot recently. And last night she called me, and for the first 10 years I lived in Los Angeles, she never one time called me. She never one time called. And in all fairness, I don't know if I ever called her, maybe on her birthday, but she called me last night and we spoke for 90 minutes. It's kind of cool how at 30 you can develop a relationship with somebody in your family that you didn't have a close relationship with before. But she called me and she was telling me all about Gloucester, and she was telling me all about meeting my grandfather, and they were separated by the time that he died anyway. But I had asked her, how did you guys initially meet? And she told me the whole story. And she was talking so much about Gloucester. And I had known that Coda took place in Gloucester. So today I kind of took that as a sign and was like, I think I should check out Coda. Enough people have been talking about it. One of my hesitations for watching the movie was the fact that you guys know I'm partially dyslexic. It's really hard for me to read subtitles. And I hate being that person who bitches about subtitles, but I have a hard time when there's a very dialogue heavy movie. That's a lot of subtitles. I didn't know what I was getting myself into. And to be honest, the subtitles on this were very small and oftentimes they went quick. But because it's more of a visual medium, because they're signing to each other, and sign language is such an expressive, beautiful language where it's supposed to be about feeling, and it's almost like a dance, an expression of art and soul, that sometimes I wouldn't even look at the captions because I would be seeing how they would communicate with each other. You can see in their facial expressions, you can see in their movements what they're trying to say or what they are saying. And I just thought that was really cool. And so it didn't bother me not once. And then other than that, just the actual story was so simple and beautiful, but just unbelievably acted. And then one of my favorite people in the movie was the mom of the movie. And I was like, wow, this actress is fucking phenomenal. Who is this? And it's a girl named Marley Matlin. And I looked her up, and she's a Jew. So I was excited about that. I was like, go Marley. You're the one person I looked up after this movie, and you a Jew, which was, yeah, just exciting. Doesn't really matter, but anyway, good Jews. Let me know who of you guys in the chat right now watched Coda, who didn't watch Coda, who's going to watch it after this conversation. Am I right? Andrew Thomas says, happy Friday. Always beautiful, Roxy. Just watched The Batman today, and I really liked it. Great. We're going to keep all things spoiler free because we are not going to spoil anything for anybody who hasn't seen it yet. But I like that you liked it. I'm so happy we're going to talk about Batman in a little bit. Mike Joyce says, loved Coda. Such a nice, heartwarming movie. I hope Troy Kotsur wins Best Supporting Actor. Is that the dad? He was fucking phenomenal, too. Yeah, he was really, really good. Oh, his birthday is my sister's birthday, July 24th. He was excellent. The brother was also phenomenal. The daughter is phenomenal. The whole cast was out of this world phenomenal. Every single person. And I was thinking about how it's so funny that all the time people are like, it's so annoying that everybody always wants diverse movies. Like, can you just like a good movie? And the reason that I push for diversity in films so much, and why so many of you guys do too, is because it makes for better movies. I'm not out here trying to be all, this word doesn't even fucking exist anymore, but woke. I'm not out here just saying we should have more diversity in movies because I think that's the right thing to do, although it is the right fucking thing to do. I'm saying it because there's a reason why Sound of Metal and Coda, there's a reason why I love those films. And it's because they're showing me a part of life that I don't know. They're introducing me to a world that I'm not familiar with. And when there is diversity in film, whether it is diversity of handicapable people or diversity of skin tone or of background or of sexual orientation or of gender identity or of anything, of religion, of whatever it is, when there's diversity in film, it makes really interesting content because often a lot of us don't know those stories. And I don't think I personally know any children of deaf people. And seeing Ruby's story was so beautiful. And it's not a story I'm familiar with. And it's not a story that any of my friends are telling me at the bar. And it's not something I've seen on TV or in movies. It was just really good. So I did watch it. I think I watched it on Apple TV, didn't I? A lot of you guys are saying you don't have that. If you don't have Apple TV, and I understand because everything is expensive these days, but I will say between Morning Show, Mythic Quest, Schmigadoon, Coda, there's a lot of fucking stuff going on over there. What was the other Apple TV show I just watched that was really good? Oh, I just watched The After Party, I just finished that. I binged the After Party. It was a really good, if you like Only Murders in the Building. After Party was great. So Coda's excellent. I don't know if anybody knows if you can buy it somewhere else. Maybe. But it was really, really phenomenal. Really good. And if you buy a new Apple product, I'm pretty sure you get 3 months free of Apple TV. Not that that's the charge is worth that. I'm just saying some of you guys have Apple. I've never paid for Apple TV. I didn't even know I had Apple TV. So, but it came with the Apple TV that I purchased. So if you have an Apple TV, or that I didn't purchase it, that was luckily gifted to me by Mythic Quest. Remember that? But now I'm hooked, and when that runs out, I'm certainly going to be buying Apple TV. It's a top streaming service for me. Top streaming service. Ooh, Servant Slaps 2, says Brittany Parker. All right, I got some binging to do on Apple TV. Yeah. Wow, Steve Cauldron coming in with the facts. I don't know what you're talking about. Steve Cauldron says, Marley Matlin is the first and only deaf performer to win an Oscar 35 years ago. For what? I didn't know who that was. Go Jews. Yeah. Let me know. Send in your questions, comments, concerns, streamlabs.com/RoxyStrider. Yesterday, Glenn Caesar wrote to me, and he thanked me for continuing to battle. He sent hugs and wishes. He told me to breathe in and breathe out and release the yucky energy. He told me I'm good people, and so are you guys. And he said that we are an inspiration and ultimate treasure. He also talked about the energies and the colors. Y'all know Glenn. Thanks, Zen1. Track stars today in the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/RoxyStrider, said, have you watched the reunion episode of Love is Blind? You know I did, girl. My gosh, I can't deal with one of the contestants. The narcissism is on a different level. Hope you had a great day. Also, Coda was amazing. Oh my God, Coda was so good. Yeah, so obviously you're talking about Shake. Because anybody who watched Love is Blind knows that Shake is... I can't even believe he exists. I can't believe people like this exist. When Vanessa Lachey calls out Shake, it felt like I ascended to heaven. I was so happy because usually the hosts stay stay neutral in these positions. But Vanessa Lachey was like, what the fuck's wrong with you, Shake? What's wrong with you? You went on the wrong show. He's like, how'd I go on the wrong show? And by the end, he's like, I think I went on the wrong show. And it's like, not everything is about you. You don't have to chime in on everything. And also, Deep Tea's so hot. I know that's not the point. The point isn't how hot Deep Tea is because it's about love being blind. But if you fell in love with her personality, then when you see her, you would be even more in love with her. She's so fucking hot. It's so stupid. Shake, you're so fucking stupid. I understand that only about 2 of you guys watch Love is Blind. But for those 2, you know what I'm talking about. You know the passion in my soul when it comes to him. Deep Tea for president. I don't know president of what. President of reality TV. Deep Tea forever. I have more people in here watch Coda or Love is Blind. Gregory Castillo. Shake was killing me. Killing me. You're killing me, Smalls. Shake, why are you such an ass? Why are you such an ass? It's just tough. It's tough to watch him. It's tough to watch some people. And I know that most of you guys probably are seeing the Batman this weekend. Obviously, no spoilers, as I keep saying. Who in here has seen the Batman by a show of bunnies? By a show of bunnies, did you go see the Batman yet? Did you go to a Thursday night screening? Show of bunnies. It's interesting that so many people are loving it. I'm stoked about that. I love that everybody's loving it. I really liked the Batman. And I'm curious how you guys are feeling. Again, no spoilers. Andrew Thomas says, I watched the Batman today. Mark Jason Ali has tickets booked for tomorrow. Jake Robles is sending bunnies, so he saw. Rick Ronan Punk saw it. Stylin' Moose is going tomorrow. Ryan Payne saw it. Okay. Kadosho, Batman waiting for the home release. Fair enough. Satanic Horse says COVID numbers are still high here, so picking the battles with the crowds makes sense. Makes sense. Probably will die down in a couple of weeks. Ace Money saw the Batman. For those of you guys who saw it, just a number in the chat. 1 to 10 it. 1 to 10 it. I want to know how you guys are feeling. Seems like the people are really liking it. I've had some very strange interactions on Twitter about the Batman. Let me explore these with you guys. Some very, very strange interactions. Don't understand people. I just truly do not. This is something I feel like I'm Jerry Seinfeld right now. What's the deal with the people on Twitter? What's the deal with that? This is something I tweeted out. I tweeted out and I said, I love how much you guys are loving the Batman. 95% audience score on Rotten Tomatoes. But I'm kind of surprised. It feels like a bit more of an acquired taste. And I say that as someone who really liked the movie. Seems like the people have spoken and apes together strong. The last sentence is just a reference to the Planet of the Apes movies because Matt Reeves. So that's what I said. And this person responded. This is what this person responded to that tweet. Why is everything in our society today revolve around politics? Everyone has a right to love what they want to love without people questioning them or pushing some kind of political agenda. What? It's like, I feel like people on Twitter don't even read what they're responding to. They just see my name. They know they dislike me or they want to be combative with me or something. And so they keyboard warrior. But I didn't say anything political. I don't understand. And then it just kept going. So I'm going to be done responding to this person by now, but I genuinely just don't understand what happened. Ryan Payne chimed in and said, congratulations, you made it political. That was sarcasm, if you couldn't tell. And then this guy, he started saying like Dorina was being political on our videos about it, which isn't true. I don't even know what he's talking about, but also that's not me. And then finally, he said that that Dorina was being disrespectful. I don't even fucking understand what he was talking about. So I just wrote, I genuinely have no idea what you're talking about. There's a lot of hate in the world right now. I'd rather spread light, so best of luck to you, and I'm glad you enjoyed Batman. And he wrote back and he said, it's interesting that people say that phrase all the time and then don't live by it, but expect everyone else to. Have a great day and all the best to you. What? I just feel like I'm having one conversation and this person is having a conversation with himself. Like, what are you talking about? Who are you talking to? What are you talking about? Are you reading what I'm saying and then responding to my words, or are you sitting there pacing in your room being like, oh, this fucking girl to being the fucking political and you shouldn't be so this girl, like, what's happening? What's happening? Who are you talking to? It just, and then when he responded to Ryan Payne, I didn't do anything. I'm just calling out the bullshitters. How am I bullshitting? I just said I'm glad people are loving the movie. That's all my tweet said. I gave the Rotten Tomatoes scores. I'm glad people are loving it. And that's what the tweet said. I'm just calling out the bullshitters. What? What's happening here? I don't get it. When I came back from my hiatus, I was doing YouTube. I did put up a YouTube video, as you guys know, or I did a live at the Roxy, and somebody commented on it and said, I'm not glad you're back. Okay. Why'd you write that? Just like, what's going on with people? What's up? What's up with people? I'm confused. And then I think you guys saw from the World Girls I tweeted too. This is something that somebody tweeted at the World Girls after we did our Truth or Dare Pie in the Face stream for Trans Texas. They tweeted out and they said, not to be so insipid and trite, as every normal man of knows, women have always been talentless, But holy shit, this is a new low. LOL. Only tuned in for a sec on complete whim because it was at the top of my YouTube homepage, but it's so bad that to be honest, it's almost endearing in a way. Smiley face. And then tweeted out a screenshot of our video and tagged us. I just can't get over the fact that this person really sat there and typed. As every normal man knows, women have always been talentless. How do you sit? You're sitting behind your computer and you're like, you know what? Every normal man knows that women are talentless. Women are talentless. What? Like, do you think you're the good guy? And that person's icon is of a woman. There's no way it's a woman tweeting it. But what are you think, like, tweeting out something like, every man knows that women are talentless. I do think that a lot of men think that women are talentless, which is really shitty. But I don't know many men who are dumb enough to say it out loud. Like, you really wrote that. So I'm just having an interesting Twitter week where people, it's just like, be in the same room. This is why Dave Chappelle, and he's got many flaws, as we know, but this is why Dave Chappelle hit the nail on the head when he said Twitter is not a real place. Twitter is not a real place because these people are in a different fucking room than us. They're in a different room. I'm out here. Glad you guys love the Batman, and they're flinging back, you always make this political. What? What room are you in? Because I'm on Twitter. Where are you? What platform? What room are you in? It doesn't even make sense. So those are my thoughts on social media today. Let's see what's going on in Streamlabs. Hook a sister up. You guys know I had to take some time off. I'm really happy that I'm able to stream with you guys sometimes now, and grateful for the support that you're giving me, including you, the Zen one himself, Glenn Caesar, who said hello and Good Friday, Roxy, sending you well wishes. Good job on OSA with DJ and Adam. Thank you. Yeah, Adam Hlavik came on as a guest for Only Stupid Answers with me and DJ this morning. And it was dope because Adam's dope. I really like him and I love talking Batman, and DJ's the shit. So it's always fun. And I talked a little bit about the Euphoria finale there, and also got to talk a little bit about Tinder Swindler, which I watched and scared the living shit out of me. That movie was fucking freaky, man. I can't believe people like that exist. Fucking freaky. He said, also, Glenn says, peace, bunnies, hugs, and good stuff to you, your dad, Jet, Sky, Grammy, Puppo, and your family. Be most excellent to yourselves and each other, RJ and Rockstars. If you choose to, continue breathing in golden sparkles, bringing in love and blowing out stress and yucky energy with each inhale and exhale to break up and remove all types of energetic blockages so you get to attain balance, happiness, and joy for a day. Thanks, Glenn. Lloyd, man, it's my first super chatter ever in the Streamlabs. He says, happy Friday, Roxy. So weird it doesn't feel like a Friday, but it is a Friday. But it doesn't feel like a Friday. This weekend, I've got some plans, Stan. I am filming all day tomorrow for Schmodown stuff. And then on Sunday, I have my friend's 40th birthday, which is great. And I'm obsessed with his kids. So I love seeing him, and I'm obsessed with his wife too. And actually, I've had his wife on the show here before, Ritza, who is a great friend of mine as well. And so I'm very much looking forward to celebrating his 40th. And then Sunday night, we've got our whole Batman stream, which is the most excited I am to talk about Batman, because not only are we going to do Batman spoiler review, but we're also going to talk all things Batman, like best Batman, who's the best Batman, all the TV show, like Batman on Titans and in Gotham, and also talking about the comic books and best Catwoman, and what else we want to see from a future Batman and things like that. So I'm just excited to have a whole well-rounded Batman conversation. Not a Friday, it's Saturday, says Sumner. Isn't it Friday right now? I guess maybe if you're in a different country, is it already Saturday? I don't know. I thought it was Friday. Who the fuck knows what the day is anymore? So it's going to be a busy bee weekend. So it doesn't feel like Friday because I'll be working all weekend, but that's better than not. Glenn Caesar says, if you choose to, nope, I read that one. Thank you, Roxy, and everyone who's battling for choosing to. Thanks for showing up, for being a support for the people around you whenever, however you can. Doing so, even when it's tough, makes you a winner. In the meantime, I hope you and the world feels more love. Yeah, that's what I said to the guy on Twitter, but he was not having it because that's a very political statement, Glenn. Roxy, I finished Inventing Anna on Wednesday night. Whoa, it was pretty interesting. Yeah, it was. Didn't realize it was actually based on a true story. I know, really good. Anna's accent was so good. I believed her. Thanks for the recommendation, RJ. You were correct again. Yeah, it's so crazy because you think the accent's not good. And then you listen to the real life girl and you're like, oh, this accent is spot the fuck on. Any Inventing Anna people in here? I really enjoyed it. Really, really enjoyed it. I've been on a binge kick recently. John Lestrina in the house. What up, family? John says, yo, Dom, why'd you bring the Buster here? Because the Buster kept me out of handcuffs. He didn't just run back to the fort. The Buster brought me back. Sorry, I got a Buster. The Buster. Vince and Dominic Toretto. Also hashtag McGriddle Challenge. What's the McGriddle Challenge? Am I missing out on something? Tell me more. Tell me more. Sometimes I miss these challenges. Sometimes I do. But not for the World Girls. We're hitting every fucking challenge right now. Are you watching us on TikTok and Instagram? We are posting. We are filming so much TWG awesome content thanks to our amazing intern, Sophia, who's just annihilating it for us right now. So good. Okay, John McCoy says Tinder Swindler was a good 8 out of 10. It was really good. It was very good, but freaky. It made me nervous to date. I still haven't met up with anybody on any of the dating apps because I am so fucking petrified of strangers. So that. Oh, Evan, great question. Will DC Movie News gather to discuss Batman? We are. We're going to do that Monday night. We haven't picked a time yet, but I know, here's the range I know. I'm working and I'm filming the Patreon exclusive for World Girls on Monday. And then we do a World Girls meeting, and that will probably be done around 6. And Johnny is on the East Coast, so he's requested we don't start after 11 his time, which would be 8 p.m. here. So I think we'll probably start sometime between 6:30 and 8, something around then. Something like that. Brittany Parker, what's fresh? Is that a show? Oh boy. Jake says, oh, the McGriddle Challenge is something that started today with the community. Every tweet with the hashtag adds to donations for a trans teens organization. How does it do that? Who pays the trans teen organization? That's interesting. I want to know more. Let me know what else you guys are feeling like talking about. Streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer. I know it's a really fucking weird time to be talking about anything entertainment related, because if you're like me, you spend about 20 minutes a day looking at entertainment news and about 5 hours a day looking at what's going on in this country, in the LGBTQIA community, and in Ukraine with the fucking war and Putin being the biggest sociopath of my lifetime. Yeah, I think that's a pretty safe assessment. There's been a lot of sociopaths in the lifetime, but he's definitely fucking takes the cake on that. I've been trying to post uplifting things on my Instagram story, things that help. One of the things that I thought was helpful today was I posted, I don't know who needs to hear this, but in 10 days, the sun will set after 7 p.m. There's something about sunshine, man, that makes things feel like it might be right again. And who the fuck knows? The world is in a really fragile place right now, and things are looking uneasy, but sunshine, am I right? It's the little things. It's the fucking little things. I feel so bad. One of my friends from back home, she's from Ukraine and her whole family's in Ukraine, and she's been messaging me and she's just scared shitless. And she keeps sending me like updates on what's going on with her family, and it's just so fucking sad. And she's one of thousands of millions of people affected by this. You just read it and you're like, okay, perspective, my dudes. My issues are clearly not the biggest issues right now. They're clearly not. And that goes for every single one of us. If you are right now able to be on this stream, very likely your issues are not as bad as they could be, which I know doesn't make everything perfect, and it's not always a comparison, but that does give us something to feel grateful for. In the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer. Let's see what y'all got to say. Okay. Glenn Caesar says, thank you, Roxy, for doing your best to breathe and glow in your flow and radiate in each your days, your weeks, your months, and even your years. You've been there for me /us when the rain starts to fall. Thank you for being you always and in always. #be an anomaly. Where's Sir Joker at? RJ and Rockstars, hope you remember to say to yourself, I'm kind, I'm caring, I'm fully unique, I'm good people, I'm worthy, my story is important, deserves to be seen and heard. Being kind, caring, and fully unique makes me humane, valuable, and a cozy fire to be near. Hopefully you get to live in serenity and truly get to see and feel and perceive yellow-colored and green-colored sparkles, manifesting happiness, joy, and healing in your day-to-day life. Today, tomorrow, and beyond. You're good people and inspiration and ultimate treasure. Thanks, Glenn. Appreciate you. And to anybody else who is in here right now, thank you for being here. Let me know questions, comments, concerns, things you want to talk about in the next few minutes of the show. What's going on with y'all? And thank you to everybody, even those of you guys who are not able to financially support, because I know it's a really fucking tough time for myself included. Trust me, you guys don't even fucking know what the half of it right now. But for you guys too. And so I'm just grateful that anybody is here, that you guys are here watching this, and that you give a fuck. As Doreen always says, that my closing line should be, thanks for giving a fuck about me. So shout out to all of the people: Murderanta, Sumner, John McCoy, Jake Yacovetta, John Mastrina, family, Ryan Payne, Andrew Thomas, Ambling Soul, Manny Gonzalez, Brittany Parker, Evan Mauno. How do you say your last name? Mauno. Might be fucking that up. I'm sorry, my dude. Mohammed Belsin, Paul Totillo, to Grin Shot, to Satanic Horse, Sumner 2100, Kadosho. I think I saw earlier that y'all were putting numbers in here and saw that they were mostly pretty high about Batman, by the way, which is great. Lloyd said 8 out of 10. Will McLean said 9.5. Wow, it's really high. Ryan Payne says 9 out of 10. Jake says 7 out of 10. Wow. Some really, really high ones. Andrew had said 8 out of 10. Robert Wright says 10. Ooh. Wow, he gave it a perfect 10. Damn, my dude. That's high. That's very, very high. Let's go back in the Streamlabs. Let's see what is taking place. Streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer. When I said that the way it sounded, 2 words, most deaf. I can't help it. I can't help it, but I started the Kanye Genius documentary. Okay, I'll talk about that in a minute. In the Streamlabs, Leonard Kim says, happy Friday, Dimple Tits. Roxy, how are you? I've been better. Thank you. Some shows to add to the binge list: Suspicion on Apple TV, Vikings, Valhalla, Netflix. I hear that's great. As We See It, Amazon, The Dropout, Hulu, Pam and Tommy on Hulu, Our Flags Mean Death on HBO Max, and Star Trek shows on Paramount Plus. Yeah, I watched Pam and Tommy, or halfway through that. And I just heard from DJ today, Our Flags Mean Death is something I should watch. Vikings, I've heard, is great. I want to try to watch with Grammy because she loved the original one. So thank you for those recs. I appreciate it. John Mastrina in the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer says, whoa, F9, The Fast Saga is now streaming on HBO Max. Get it. That's just for you, family. They heard your prayers. They were like, okay, we can't go one more day. We got to give it to them. It gets 1 million streams in the first year, and they're all from John Mastrina. So I started watching the Kanye doc, Genius, but Genius, whatever it is. I didn't want to watch because I don't want to support him. I don't want to support him because I think that he has turned into not a great guy. And we know this because of his actions. From everything from the selfishness in the political election and what he did there and his support there and his running there to what he's doing to Kim Kardashian and her family, regardless of if you like the Kardashians or not. It's not acceptable for a man to stalk a woman or harass a woman the way he is or his kids. Just how he has handled himself, whether it be mental illness or whatever is going on, is wildly unacceptable. And it is really fucking sad and disgusting that this is how it's turned out as of now. He was one of my favorite artists of all time, and I really was curious what this doc was about. So I watched the first episode. I think there are 3, and it's upsetting as fuck to watch. It's so upsetting to watch because when I'm watching it, I believe the first one is in 2002, and he's just a guy trying to become an artist, and you see him a lot with his mom, and we know what ended up happening to Donda and the horribleness of what happened to his mother. And I believe I saw him at concert 3 days later singing "Hey Mama" right after she had died. But he needs to be grounded. He needs support, or he needed that. And without that, it seems like he just flew off the handle. And it's hard to watch. It's hard to watch because you're watching somebody who wants to be an artist, and a lot of things he says are things that I can relate to. And I'm like, what the fuck? But not all of them. Some of them are fucking out there. And it's also interesting to see how religious he is. Just so wildly, or how much he believes he's religious or whatever. I don't know much about Christianity, but how much he talks about God, it's fascinating to me as well. Is anybody watching? Are any of you guys watching the Kanye West doc? Curious if any of you guys are stomaching it and if I should watch the next 2. Also, just from a music standpoint, it's fascinating to watch how he made it. And the shit that I don't even, remember, like him creating beats for Jay-Z and H to the Izzo and all of that stuff. Ryan Payne says, hell no. I get it, Ryan. I get it. Manny says, I can't stand him and he's been worse. Yeah, I know. Mark Jason Ollie says, Kanye's a fucking douchebag. When has he ever been a good guy? It seemed like he was a better guy, an okay guy. But who the fuck knows? Yeah, Austin Kramer says no. Seems like this is not up your guys' alley, and I get it. I said I wasn't going to watch it either. But I can't lie to you guys. I started it. Oh, God. It's sad. It's sad what's happening. I'm not saying sad for him. Sad for the people in his life and his kids. Ugh. All right, we are getting out of here. Any last minute Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer. Thanks for sending in that support, y'all. Any last minute super chats or Streamlabs as we do fade into the darkness, or maybe the light. It's going to be chilly here this weekend, so most likely the darkness. We are going to be back. I'm going to be back on Sunday for the Whirl Girls, and then back here probably Monday doing another show. Ryan Payne says I'd rather watch Alan v. Pharaoh again. Oh, that was such a tough watch too, though. But at least Woody Allen wasn't a fucking producer on that one, Because yikes on yikes. Seems to be the trend these days for the subject of the documentary to be a producer, and it's like, how can you do a good job doing that? Glenn Caesar in the Streamlabs says, Roxy, can you recommend one movie and one show to binge this weekend? Netflix, HBO Max, Disney Plus, or Amazon Prime all have streaming services all streaming services I have. Anyhow, Roxy, you the fucking best. The best we could ask for. It depends on what kind of thing you're looking for. Glenn, did you see Coda? Because that's my movie recommendation for all. Oh, you didn't? You said Netflix, HBO Max, Disney Plus, or Amazon Prime. Okay. I don't know if movies really on those. Well, apparently West Side Story just dropped, so I'm going to be watching that this weekend. I'm going to try on HBO Max. Show-wise, I'm in the middle of Marvelous Maisel season 2. That's on Amazon Prime, and it's so fucking good. Catch up on Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. It's an awesome show. That would be a rec that I would give. It's really fucking good. I watched 2 more episodes last night. I like that they are dropping them at 2s or so, it seems. It's making me very happy. There's a few seasons, but are we on season 4 right now, I think? I think we're on season 4. Could be 3, though. I'm not sure. Who the hell knows? I'll rent Coda somewhere if I can. Okay, Glenn. Keep me posted. Keep me posted. Thank you, friends. I'll see you soon. Send love if you're watching this after the fact. Streamlabs.com/RoxyStryer. Stay safe, stay sane. Put down the toilet seat and lid. We don't want those balloons. Don't try with the Holocaust. There seems to be a lot of anti-Semitic rhetoric going on out there, especially with what's going on with Ukraine having one of only 2 Jewish presidents in the world. Oh, something I didn't talk about on the show today. As I'm saying, Brett Miles, Jonathan arrest the cops who killed Breonna Taylor. Brett Hankison was fucking acquitted yesterday. Not for being arrested for the shots that killed Breonna Taylor, because we know that that's not what he was arrested for. He was arrested for the shots that missed, but he was acquitted yesterday for those shots that missed, and they said that he was not endangering the neighbors, or not yesterday, a couple days ago, I think. 2 days ago. And I saw that. I was just like, oh my fucking God. We might have to start thinking of something else to say at the end of the show that's more all-encompassing of everybody, because we know what Breonna Taylor stands for, but just it's so fucking disheartening and gutting. Yeah, it was bullshit, Ryan Payne. It was fucking bullshit. Did you not see that? It's so hard right now to see all the news because there's just so much shit going on. But I saw that and was like, this is a tweet that I drafted and I didn't hit send on because I'm trying right now not to get in too many arguments because I don't have the fucking energy. But this is a tweet that I'll read it to you guys. This is a drafted tweet that I have right now. Let's see what it says. Can Brett Hankison, Vladimir Putin, and Greg Abbott and all their friends just go live on Mars? Start your own planet. Tear each other up. Jerk each other off. Who cares? Just leave us alone. And by us, I mean anyone with a soul. That's the tweet that's drafted on my phone from 2 days ago. Just, that's for you guys. That's how I fucking feel. Just go away. Go away. You are not wanted. Go away. Ugh. All right, and on that note, on that really fun, exciting note, so much love to you guys. Stay safe, stay sane. Thanks for giving a fuck about me. I'm sorry to inform you guys who hadn't seen it. It's getting buried in the news because I think they're trying not to start bigger things, but we don't let that shit get buried because it fucking matters. So love you guys, and I hope you do something for yourselves this weekend. Try to enjoy yourself if you can, and I'll see you guys on Sunday for the World Girls, and after that here live at the Roxy. Later.